Hey everyone, and welcome to my end of the week results show for week 6 of season 2 of Fat Lad Ad to Fit Lad Ad. No lengthy introduction this week. I just kind of want to get this video filmed and get on with my Friday evening. I've had a pretty busy week at work and busy week generally, and feeling very tired. So I apologise in advance. This video is probably not going to be quite up to the usual standard. Not that that standard is particularly high. So let's get straight into it then with goal tracking, and this is how it stood last week. And this is how it stands this week on the 11th of February. So as you can see, no progress with the garage. I can't imagine much will happen, to be honest, until the end of February, because I've just got a couple of busy weekends and stuff coming up, and yeah, just with changing jobs and things like that, it's just been a bit busy. So I think most of that work will happen in March, but I'll keep you posted. You never know, maybe some of it will start this weekend, but it's probably unlikely. I've got a busy weekend ahead. The main progress you can see with my goals is I have finally completed the None to Run program this week. Because I haven't done a catch-up vlog this week, let's take a look at the clip of my last run in the None to Run program. Hey everyone, out for a run. Something unusual for me, a bit of an early evening run before tea. It's about sort of 4:45, well maybe a bit later than that actually, probably about 5 o'clock by now. Finished work about 4:45, and it took me about 15 minutes to get ready, I suppose. So anyway, I'm rambling. Yeah, this should be my last None to Run, if I can do it. And I say if because I've had a bit of a niggling injury in the back of my knee for the past couple of days, but today it seems to have disappeared. I haven't felt it at all, so we'll see. But I am also quite hungry because it's tea time. So I'm getting my excuses in early, as you can tell, but hopefully this will be all good, and then I can successfully, basically, once we're all tick off None to Run as done, I'll speak to you at the end and let you know if that's the case. Hey everyone, hope you can see me. It's gotten a bit dark since I left the house, but that is it. That is 3 week 12 runs done, back to back, without stopping. That one felt a little hard, but I'm going to put it down to basically back to back. Running on Friday, Zwift session on Saturday, Zwift session on Sunday with injury, and then running today. So I'm going to put it down to that. I found it hard because actually, in terms of hard, I found it like in terms of like cardiovascularly, I didn't feel too out of breath, as you can probably tell. I've literally just stopped to do my cool down, and I mean I'm puffing a little bit, but I'm certainly not out of breath. And my pulse was not, my heart rate was nowhere near maximum. So does that mean I could have gone faster? Possibly. But I did have a bit of a pain in my right quad, so maybe best not to. So I'm going to go back and put some ice on it. It's eased up now, I've started walking, but just going to put some ice on it to make sure. Anyway, that is it done. So next I need to think about how I'm going to get from here to running 5k, and I want to do that basically by the end of next week, which I know sounds quite short, but I feel I probably could have run a bit extra there, but I'm literally a mile off running 5k, so I need to pull out another mile basically to get to 5k. I hoped I'd only be a kilometre off, but I'm not, I'm more than that. So I'm going to come up with a 2-week plan to hopefully to culminate in a 5k run, which will hopefully be a week on Thursday, and then the plan would be, if I do that successfully, to go and do the Shrewsbury Park run on the following Saturday. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, that's another one ticked off the list of my goals. Non to run finally complete. It's a shame I had that month off in December with my injury, otherwise would have been well past 5k by now, but it is what it is. Just need to push on from here, not sit back and relax now I've done that, and just get on with the 5k. So keep watching to find out how that goes. And as well as finishing the program, the very next day I went out and I ran a non-stop 5 kilometre run. Considering the last run of Non to Run was probably no more than 3.5 kilometres, it was an extra 1.5 kilometres that I'd run before. And this is how that went. Word of warning, I think if I remember rightly, I forgot to film the outro to this run. Everyone, I'm out for another run. Having completed Non to Run last night, I thought I found it quite easy. I thought I'd come out for a back-to-back consecutive run on my journey to get to 5k by the weekend. And in this run, I basically set my watch to run 4k, 4.5k actually. And I'm just going to see how far I can get. If I do get to 4.5k and I'm feeling pretty good, then you never know, but we'll see. But yeah, so minimum of 4k, but ideally 4.5k. Well, minimum of 4k, 4.5k target, stretch goal of 5k, but we'll see how it goes. I've got some new shoes on. Bought myself some new running trainers, so hopefully they'll carry me a bit further. So anyway, I'll speak to you and let you know at the end how I got on. So I managed to do that, kept at a reasonable pace, felt relatively easy actually, if I'm being honest, just to keep going, and I ended up running 5.5 kilometres in the end, just to make sure that I'd got the 5 kilometres, because you never can tell with GPS tracking. And then not the very next day, but 2 days later, I went out and I did it again. So let's have a look at that footage. Hey everyone, I'm on another run. It's Thursday evening, just finished work. So hopefully, as you know by now, if I've done my job back in the studio, you'll know that I successfully ran 5k on Tuesday after having just finished my Non to Run program the day before. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that was awful. Oh, I can't see anything. That was way harder than it was on, what was it, Tuesday? I did a different route, so it could have been that, but I think it was the pain in my legs from basically, I think I'm probably on 7 days straight of exercise without a break, which is maybe not the best idea. But yeah, I got round without stopping, that's the main thing, but I think I was significantly slower. But that should be my last run before park run on Saturday, so hopefully that'll go better with people around. I'm just worried about the route, it's a bit hillier, but we'll see. That's all for me. And then my Zwift program also continues. So this week last weekend I finished week 1 of that Zwift program, and so far this week I've done 1 ride of the 3 for this week. So unfortunately I've gone and left myself 2 rides to do again this weekend, so it'll be Saturday and Sunday riding if I want to keep going with this program. To be honest, I'm not sure I will, because I'm away quite a lot in the next couple of weeks, and I just don't think I'm going to have the time to finish the program, just because the window's open for those three programs in the week from Monday to Sunday. So getting those 3 rides in when you don't have, like next week I won't have Friday, Saturday or Sunday to ride. So it's going to be tough to get those rides in, plus the 2 this weekend. But we'll see. I'll give it my best, and we'll see what happens. Maybe if I miss a workout in a week, it'll give me a chance to go back and do it again at some point. That's sometimes how these workouts work, I believe. But we'll see. If it doesn't work, then I'll probably start it again and try again. So the completion of my non-to-run program means I have to think of another short-term running goal, and given that I can now do 5k, so a park run is definitely on the cards sometime soon. Although it's not going to be a quick one. And then I'm starting to think now about my long-term running goal, which is going to be beating my previous park run time. So essentially I want to get faster. I do want to run further as well, but I'm not currently setting that as a goal. That might be a new medium-term goal if I do a park run sometime soon. But so my short-term goal is going to be purely about building speed. And what I think I'm going to do is make one of my runs in the week a interval session. And I've been watching a few videos about what interval sessions work and things like that, and there's a lot of different opinions. So I'm not entirely certain what I'm going to do, but I'm leaning towards 10 by 400 meter runs with decreasing rest in between. So for example, 400 meters essentially as fast as 400 meters at my target 5k pace with a 2-minute rest, then another 400 meters at my target 5k pace, and then say 90 second rest, etc., down to 400 meters with only like a 15-second rest or something like that. Trying to build up my speed and getting myself used to running at what is going to be needed to be, because I want to aim for about 30-minute 5k, which will beat my previous best. So 30-minute 5k is 6 minute per kilometre. So I'm basically going to try and run 400 metres at 6 minutes per kilometre and see how I get on. So that's my goal. I'm going to try and do that for 4 weeks and see how it affects my 5 kilometre time based on what it currently is, which is about sort of 36 minutes for a 5 kilometre, which isn't fantastic, but at least I'm running 5 kilometres. On to NutriCheck and my calorie tracking this week. Actually no, because I'm not going to show you any NutriCheck results this week, because I'm sorry to say that I basically had a week off calorie tracking. I didn't have a particularly bad week food-wise, I didn't think. It started off pretty bad on the weekend. I had my usual takeaway on Friday, and then I decided on Saturday to have a day off plan, so we went out for a meal to a really nice pizza restaurant called Dawn Oil in Shrewsbury Town Centre. I had a delicious El Capo pizza, I think it was. If I remember, I put some pictures and stuff up. And then came back and watched the rugby, Six Nations, both the Six Nations matches that were on that day, and had a fair few beers, if I'm being honest, which then turned into whiskies later on. And then that was compounded by whilst during the week, whilst I was on my whilst I was on my shakes, I did a lot of snacking, which is what I meant to say. And the reason for that is, I've only got myself to blame. This is not going to sound like I'm blaming myself, but it is only myself to blame. Is that my wife got her work Christmas hamper a full month late, and we just kind of wanted it. Just kind of wanted it out of the house, really. Not wanted it out of the house, but figured if we were going to eat out of it, and gonna make the most of it, we would do it as if it was Christmas week, essentially, and just try and get it all finished and all temptation out by this week. And that's basically what we've done. So had a lot of snacks, some really nice snacks, lots nice crisps, nice popcorn. I don't know what else there was, chocolates, sweets, you name it. It was a really nice hamper. There's still some left in terms of I think there's a bottle of prosecco and a few other bits, but I've eaten the things that were really tempting to me, or we have eaten the things that so there's nothing left in there that I'm particularly fussed about. So hopefully that means all temptation is gone for next week, going forward. So yeah, so disappointing NutriCheck, but I'd done so much exercise this week, I was hoping that it wouldn't be a problem with the old weigh-in. Speaking of the weigh-in, let's take a look at what the scales thought of me this week. So yeah, you saw that right. Today's weight was 15 stone, 7.8 pounds. And that is a gain of, well, it's about 0.4 of a pound, half a pound maybe. Essentially, it's about half a pound I've put on, or about 200 grams I've put on, which, sure, I'm disappointed about, but I'm also not massively surprised. And, you know, I had such a good loss last week. I would have taken, you know, considering where I was 2 weeks ago, I probably would have taken this weight. If you'd offered me this weight 2 weeks ago, at this point, I probably would have taken it. That would have been like a £1.5, £2 loss a week for 2 weeks. So that, you know, that's the way I'm looking at it. That okay, I had a week, a pretty disappointing week, but still, it's still a downward trend if you take that into account. So on to next week then, and as I say, all temptation has gone from the hamper that my wife has got, so hopefully things will be better meal-wise and stuff during the week. The only issue I've got is that next week I'm away, or next weekend rather, I'm away, so I would really like to have a significant loss, and basically means that I can maybe relax next weekend when I'm away. It's going to be a lot of food, a lot of beer involved, so it's not going to be pretty. But it only happens once a year, and it hasn't happened for a couple of years. For me, it didn't happen last year. It's basically a weekend away with my friends. It didn't happen last year, obviously, because of COVID. It did happen in 2020. It was just before the COVID lockdown rules came in, but unfortunately I couldn't make it because I'd just started a new job at that time and I couldn't get the time off. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this next weekend. Anyway, I said I was going to keep this short, so that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that YouTube goodness. I will see you next week for a weigh-in. I'm not sure what the results show is going to be next week. It might just be a weigh-in because I'm going away on Friday, basically as soon as I finish work. So I'm not going to have time to film a full results show like this. So at the very least, I'll film my weigh-in on Friday morning and just do a quick intro to it on Friday and get it uploaded ready for Saturday morning. So it'll probably be a short video, and then I'll do a full catch up in the week sometime with everything that I've been up to over the weekend, which should hopefully be some good stuff to show. But anyway, I'm going to go and enjoy my Friday evening. I can't speak to. I'm trying to do this with minimal. Oh, I've just kicked the camera as well. It's all going brilliantly. I'm trying to do this with minimal editing so that I don't have to sit downstairs all night and edit this video. So that's why it's a bit scratchy this week. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. I will speak to you next week sometime, probably in the results show.